I figured I would just kind of record a video as I was going through the new Talking Point software. I haven't really had a chance to look at it yet, but I figured I'd kill two birds with one stone and just kind of go through it and record a video as I did it. So hopefully I can save you some time of how to access it. This would be in place of sending the messages through Infinite Campus if you use Talking Points. The reason you'd want to use Talking Points is because it will translate any messages that you send to the preferred language of the person you're sending it to. So if somebody speaks Spanish and they have their Talking Point settings set to Spanish, it will automatically translate the message into that language. So the first place you're going to go to get to Talking Points for your account is to go to the Classlink Launchpad. Okay, and once you're signed into your Classlink, if you just type in Talking Points, it should pop up. Okay, it should automatically log you in. There's a little bit of information that they do, it looks like that they do need from you. The first here is selecting your teacher role. So obviously you would pick the teacher role that you are. I'm going to go ahead and pick this one. Grade levels. If you teach multiple, looks like you can select all the different grade levels. Just have to go through each one and grab them all. Okay, and then the school. Search for your district. Let's type in Pickerington and see what comes up. Okay, so yep, all the buildings show up here. Just go ahead and choose whichever building you're in. And then we'll hit Let's Go. We'll go ahead and allow it to show me notifications. All right. So right off the bat, looks like we're in our home screen. We've got a grayed out send a message button that we can't click on, but it looks like we have the same button here. Over here, we haven't sent any message yet, but I'm guessing if we send a message or have scheduled a message to go out, it probably lives in here first. Okay, and then Scott's class. Okay, I do not have any classes set up, but I'm assuming this is going to be rostered for you through your Infinite Campus. So obviously, if I don't have any classes in Infinite Campus, I don't have anything here. But my guess is when you go to classes, you should see your Infinite Campus rosters in here. If that's not the case, if somebody would like to let me know, that would be great. Okay, so let's start with the home screen and let's send a message. Okay, so select recipients. So it looks like we have two choices here. We can either send a class announcement. So what I'm guessing you can send it to your first period class, second period class, third period class, so on and so forth. Not sure if you can pick multiple classes. My guess is because it says select recipients here that you can select multiple classes at the same time to send your messages out to. So hopefully that's the case. Okay, or it looks like you also have a choice to do a direct message. So if you need to talk to a specific student or parent directly, this might be the choice you want to use for individual instead of whole group or class announcements. Okay, it says, hi, I'm Mr. Summer. I'll be spending, so this is just the default first message that's in there. They use as an example. Sending you messages about my class. You can always reply to this message to reach me. I'd love to hear from you. Please reply to tell me something about your child. To unsubscribe, reply goodbye, and then use the free app, and it gives you a link here. So let's just see where this takes us. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that link, open up a new tab, paste it in. Okay, welcome to Talking Points parents. You will receive a one-time SMS to download the app. Okay, so so when the parents get sent that message and they click on that link, they'll be prompted to enter in their telephone number here. And then when you hit the send me, or when the parent hits the send me the app, they'll probably get a link on their device in a text message that will send them to a link that will take them either to the Google Play Store to download the Google app or the Apple App Store to download the iOS app. Okay, so that's how you could initially invite your parents. Okay, let's dig around and see what else we have. So that's a template. Looks like we can save that template if we want to use it again. We can make it a template. So it looks like when you create messages, if it's going to be a message you're going to be sending out every year or every week or every month or every semester, you can save those and recall those at a different time and use them. Okay, we also have the ability to send attachments. Okay, so that opens up all the files on my computer and I can attach. I can also send an image if I wanted to. That choice looks like. Both of them look very similar. Okay, Google Drive, this is nice. So if I want to send them a Google Doc, I can link this to my Google Drive. Go ahead and click Allow to give those permissions. Okay, now I can grab something from my Google Drive and send it that way. So that would probably work out good for students, especially since they'll have their school Google Drive accounts. It's like I can ask a little poll question here. So a couple different options, multiple choice. Okay, the parent or student can probably answer through the app that they were just prompted to download. And then, oops, let's cancel that. So I'm going to get rid of the poll. Let's see what this last one is. Okay, so color choices. So if I want to make it look more Facebook-ish, a little more visually appealing, I can come in here and change the color that my messages go out in. Okay, okay, let's get out of the colors. Okay, again, the save as template. Let's view template. So if I were to save that template, it would probably come down here into the saved messages box. So let's test it. So if I go save as template up here, yep, sure enough, it shows up in my saved messages box. Suggested message. So these look like pre-created messages that you can utilize, or like if I click on this one, message comes up here. Now I can edit it however I want. Okay, and that's there. If I take what they have, edit it, and then save it again, I can make my own copy of it, and then it would appear under my saved messages. Okay, let's see what a school message is. So my guess is that a school message might be something that was sent out to all students, and it may require administration privileges. I'm not sure who has the ability to send all school messages. Okay, once we have our message, so let me grab this saved message again, pop that in there. Okay, looks like we have a couple different choices here. We can schedule or send. Now I'm guessing I can't send this message because I haven't selected any recipients. So let's see. Yeah, I'm wondering if, just because I don't have the ability to do these class announcements, I'm not sure how you select recipients. I don't know if it's by email address. It's something I'll have to look into a little closer. Just type in a email address and see what happens. Yeah, no results found. So maybe the students aren't yet rostered in the system. That could be the issue right now too. I know we're still working on getting everything synced with Classlink and getting everything rostered correctly. So with rosters changing every day, that could be the issue. So let's go ahead and look here at the schedule button. Okay, so we have calendar that we can choose from, so we can pick a date that we want to send this message out on, so we can work ahead a little bit. If we need a message sent out in a couple weeks, we can pick that message, date, and then over here we have the time, so hour and minute, and looks like as we cycle through these it should switch between AM and PM. Yep, sure does. Okay, and then it looks like if I would have recipients up here, I could just hit the schedule button and then it would go ahead and schedule that message to go out at that particular time. All right, reminds me of Google Classroom a little bit. So there's the view template. All right, we'll go ahead and hit cancel since I'm not actually going to send this out. Okay, cancel. Okay, and this says, are you sure you want to leave? Yep, I don't want to save this. Okay. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. Looks like we got some settings here, a way to share this with other people. And then if you have classes set up, it looks like you can archive those classes. So maybe something to look at the end of the year. Let's look at classes one more time. So yeah, I'm guessing that these classes will be created for you. But if they're not, I'm going to go ahead and just add my kid. Print translated sign-up instructions for families. Okay, so I went into the Add Students button down here, and it gave me the ability to, I'm guessing this is a one-sheeter. Okay, so subscribe via SMS, so that would send an SMS message out. Families can also subscribe via SMS. Have families send a text message with a language code shown below. Okay. Okay, and share the app code. Okay, so there's your, excuse me, your class code. Encourage parents to download the Talking Points app. Okay, they can also do it through SMS. So if they don't want to download the iOS or Android app, they can receive text messages. It just doesn't have as many features. So this kind of reminds me of Remind a little bit. But it has the ability to translate, which is the strong point of this. And then share your class code with families. Once they enter your code in the app, they'll be able to join your class. Okay, so this could be an email that maybe gets sent out. That just lets you copy the code. Okay, so my hope is that this is all done for you, rostered through Infinite Campus. We'll have to kind of see how that plays out. I'm not sure if that's just my guess. Let's go ahead and grab Spanish though. I want to see what this looks like. So let's say I have a student that speaks, oh, here's Nepali. Okay, well, let's do that. So I want the directions to give to my students to take home in Nepali. So I'm going to click on PDF. It says building personalized invitation. Download will begin shortly. Okay, so here's the download. Let's double click and open it up and see what it looks like. Okay. All right, so then I could send this to the printer, print it off, and send it home with the students. So it's in Nepali. Looks like it's got the Apple App Store or Android app to grab it. Okay. Talks about entering your phone number. Okay, I'm guessing it has instructions in Nepali that says how to get to that page. This step 1 looks like the app download part. Step 2 looks like if they don't want to use the app but they want to set up the SMS feature. And then step 3 looks like once they get that verification code and everything, it's going to prompt them to join the class by typing in the class code. And what's nice about this is your class code is already pre-populated into this handout, so you don't need to change that. Looks like Talking Points does that automatically for you. Now, one of the things that I'm guessing is that as this is the specific code for a specific class. So, for instance, if I was setting up my classes and I have 5 different classes, and let's say I have all 5 classes are Spanish, I would want to, for one code, or for one class, maybe my first period class, I would generate this PDF. Okay, and it gives instructions. Okay, and if I went into another class, let's say I created a second period class, I'm guessing this code is going to change per class. And that's how they're able to identify. So if you had different messages to send out in first period than you did in second period, maybe they were completely different classes or something like that, you would have individual codes to just communicate per class instead of just all your Spanish speaking students or all your Nepali speaking students. Okay, so again, how I got to these instructions, it was just add students, click on the arrow to print translated. Okay, and then you've got these PDF flyers. Let's just download the English one to take a look at what it actually says. Okay, so to subscribe via SMS, text that number to that telephone number. Okay, go to the App Store or your cell phone and search for the Talking Points for Parents. Install the app. Okay, enter the phone number in the app. You'll receive a code. Enter your phone number, so that's where the parent will type in their phone number. The student can do this too. And then you will receive a code to enter next. So once it has your phone number, it'll send you a verification code, and you enter that in the app. Then it'll say, join my class by entering the code E8WV. And like I said, this number or combination of letters and numbers here will probably be different for each class. So what I would do is go over here, switch to my second class, whoops, and then hit add students, and it would generate a different code for that set of students. All right, anything else in here? Looks like we have a help center. Pops open a website. We can search through some articles right off the bat here. One you may want to take a look at getting started. Whether you're a parent, teacher, or admin, here's where you begin. So I'd take a look at that. If you are not sure where to go or you want more explicit instructions, looks like this is going to be okay. So teacher accounts down here, adding a class. Okay, one of the things that caught my eye just scrolling through here, it says Classlink support. So that's my guess is that it'll all get rostered through Classlink through Infinite Campus, and hopefully your classes will be made for you. I guess we'll see. It may already be that way for you. It's just not that way for me. Okay, so that's helpful. Help center there. Dig back down in here. Archive classes, so when you're done with your class, you can probably archive it. I'm guessing the three dots in the upper right-hand corner are going to let me archive, but we'll go and see. Let's check the settings out. Okay, so I can change my name, email address. I can put a second language. Doesn't look like there's much I have to do here. All right, let's get out of the settings page. Go back to the main Talking Points homepage. Okay, let's go down here into classes. Oh, it looks like I can add a class right here. So if I wanted to make a second class, we'll just call this second class. And just say I have 12th graders in this class, I can create it. Okay, now that I'm in here, if I go to add a student, and I want these specific instructions, we'll download these and just double check and make sure that the code is different. Yep, so my other code started with EW, and this code starts with A5. So each class would have a specific code, and notice it automatically will generate this PDF document with that new code in it. So if you wanted to print those instructions off and pass them out to students in class, like you just have to make sure that you remember to give this set to one class and give the next set that you print out to another class, and so on and so forth, because if you gave kids in your third period class the first period set, they'd be all mixed up. So all right, so I'm guessing the three dots up here. Okay, so share class. So looks like maybe we can even, let's click on it and see. Okay, I can add co-teachers to a class. So if you work with somebody else in your classroom and you want them to have the same ability, same access to sending messages to students, looks like you could probably do that. Also, like if you only needed to send a message to 3 or 4 students from your class, you can kind of cherry pick when you go to send that message. One of the choices was select recipients, so I'm guessing that you can go in here and start typing in a student that's in your class and they're going to pop in there. So that's handy. Let's go back to classes and take a look. So I've got 2 classes here. One that was made for me. Okay, I can see all the students in that class. I can share the class with another teacher if I want to rename it. If I named it wrong and I want to rename it, I can do that here. See class details. Let's just take a look at that. All right, class name, grade levels, yeah, so I can do all that. Okay, and then we have the option to archive or delete a class. So, okay, if you're afraid to throw things away, you can archive it. Anytime you archive something, you can usually pull it out of the archive. I'm going to go ahead and archive my second period class here. Let's see if I can get it back out. Okay, so I've archived it. I go down here into the settings and I go to archived classes. Oh, there it is. Yep, second class. I can hit restore and it will reappear. Okay, so my guess is that if I go here to second class and I just delete this class, yep, now it's not there. If I go into archive down here, it's not there either. So delete means gone forever. Archive means I can always pull it up or restore it if I need to. Okay. All right. I think we've pretty much explored everything. So I'm pretty new to Talking Points. I just kind of decided to go through and talk through what I was seeing as I was going to kind of help out. I'm going to share this video out with everybody. I'm definitely not the expert on this, but I'm definitely willing to figure out how to do certain things or to help you figure out a solution for your needs in your classes. So if this is something that you are interested in using and are struggling or need some assistance, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy. We can struggle through it together and figure out how to get it to work for your needs. All right. As always, if you need to schedule an appointment with me or anything in the email that I'm sending this video out in, at the bottom in the email signature, there are 2 links, one for North and one for Central. Just click on the link that's appropriate to the building that you teach in, and Google Calendar will pop up. You can click on an appointment time with me, and I will be happy to meet you either online in a Google Meet, or we can meet face-to-face in a classroom just in the where box. If you put your room number, that would help me out immensely. All right, have a good rest of your day. Hope this helps.